and welcome to In Depth. I'm Teena Jha. On the 22nd of May, India achieved a major milestone by indigenizing the Brahmos missile system. It successfully test-fired the supersonic cruise missile, validating its strike capability as well as testing the major subsystems made under the Make in India initiative. The Brahmos Aerospace says in the next 6 months, the indigenous component in Brahmos will increase to 76% from the current 65%. Described as the most destructive cruise missile on Earth, the Brahmos has emerged as the ultimate weapon of choice in modern warfare in recent years. In today's episode, let's tell you about the features and specifications of the world's fastest supersonic cruise missile, the technology on which it works, and why it's called the Brahmastra for the Indian forces. Fired from an integrated test range in Odisha's coastal Balasore district, the life extension trial of Brahmos was conducted from a static inclined launcher that underscored the efficacy and longevity of the system. Brahmos is a joint venture between India and Russia.
The Indian Army recently successfully test-fired its Brahmos supersonic cruise missile. The tests were intended to validate the missile's life extension technologies that were developed for the first time in India. The missile was fired by Team Brahmos and DRDO from the integrated test range in Odisha's coastal Balasore district. The missile's speed, its strike capability and technological system were tested. The test ensured that the operational life of Brahmos missile was extended from 10 to 15 years.
We have been able to extend the shelf life of the Brahmos missile by about 10 to 15 years. Now this will have an important bearing for the Indian military because all three services, the Army, Navy, Air Force, are using different versions of the Brahmos cruise missile. And by this test, I think we have been able to prove to the military or prove the shelf life so that the inventory can be planned accordingly. It's like saying that India decides to have a quantum of missile capability that can be called as X. In this X, the Brahmos will be one part.
The Brahmos Block 1 was inducted into Army on 21st June 2007. Since then, several variants were introduced. The missile can gain speed of Mach 2.8. It has a flight range of up to 290 km with supersonic speed all through the flight. Brahmos is capable of carrying a conventional warhead weighing a maximum of 300 kilos. It can be launched from ship, aircraft and submarines. The cruise missiles, land and naval variants are already in service.
Today we conducted the flight test of the missile by using the indigenous component subsystems. As you know that Government of India has come out with a Make in India campaign. The idea behind this campaign is to encourage industrialization, technology development and ultimately employment in our country. And as it happens in the world that nobody shares with the technology. The technologies have to be developed. You have to invest the money and you need to develop the infrastructure, knowledge. That's what we did. We have not taken any transfer of technologies. We, in fact, within DRDO, that is the Defense Research and Development Organization, we developed the technologies.
The importance of these successful tests in terms of the range, speed and impact of India's deterrence is enormous. Apart from increasing the chances of success, the missile's top speed allows it to hit targets with a lot of kinetic energy. A significant increase in speed of a cruise missile adds to its lethal ability. The Brahmos is a joint venture between the Russian Federation's NPO Machino Streltsya and India's Defense Research and Development Organization, who together have formed the Brahmos Aerospace. The name Brahmos is a derivative of name of two rivers, the Brahmaputra in India and Moskva in Russia. Its propulsion is based on Russian missile and missile guidance has been developed by Brahmos Aerospace. The Brahmos supersonic cruise missile is the fastest supersonic cruise missile in the world. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
So So the Brahmos is one of the fastest cruise missiles in the world. It travels at supersonic speeds and can gain a speed of Mach 2.8, that is 3,430 kilometers per hour. It has pinpoint accuracy as it uses US, Russian and Indian navigation satellites. This report tells us more about its technical specifications. Brahmos is a medium-range ramjet supersonic cruise missile that can be launched from submarines, ships, aircraft or land. Developed jointly by the Defense Research and Development Organization and Russia's NPO Mashinostroynia, Brahmos is based on the Russian P-800 Onyx cruise missile and other similar sea-skimming Russian cruise missile technology.
Brahmos is a unique missile system. It is a supersonic cruise missile, and we do not have any contemporary missile system which can be compared with the Brahmos. There are many missiles, cruise missiles, like subsonic cruise missile, and some missiles are having 1.2, 1.5 Mach speed. 1 Mach is equal to the speed of the sound, and Brahmos can fly at the speed of 2.8 Mach.
Brahmos is a two-stage missile, the first one being a solid propellant engine which brings it to supersonic speed. The second stage is the liquid ramjet that takes the missile closer to 3 Mach speed in cruise phase. The air-breathing ramjet propulsion is more fuel efficient in comparison to conventional rocket propulsion. It provides the Brahmos with a longer range over similar missiles powered by rocket propulsion. Advanced satellite navigation systems from Russia's KH-555 and KH-101 strategic long-range cruise missiles, as well as GPS GLONASS technology, have also been added to the Doppler inertial platforms of Brahmos missiles.
The combination of the solid fuel and liquid fuel will give them the option to extend the range even further. So obviously, if you have a missile that can be fired at greater ranges, at greater speeds, and with appropriate accuracy, it's a very significant capability. So in this case, the Brahmos is also deemed to be perhaps the fastest cruise missile in the world. It has a speed of almost 2.8 Mach, that is 2.8 times the speed of sound. That is a very, very impressive kind of technical characteristic.
India supplies the Brahmos inertial navigation system and fire control system, while Russia provides the ramjet propulsion system and the seeker. Brahmos is a precision strike weapon. Its range was initially capped at 290 kilometers as per obligations of the Missile Technology Control Regime. Since India's entry into the elite club, its range was extended to 450 kilometers with plans to increase it to 600 kilometers. The missile operates on fire and forget principle, which means it does not require further guidance after the launch and can still hit the target without the launcher being in line of sight of the target. It can carry a conventional warhead weighing 200 to 300 kgs. Compared to other subsonic cruise missiles, Brahmos has 3 times more velocity, 2 to 3 times more flight range, 3 to 4 times more seeker revenge, and almost 10 times more kinetic energy. The missile has identical configuration for land, sea and subsea platforms and uses a transport launch canister for transportation, storage and launch.
The missile is equipped with stealth features. Stealth is provided by using the composite structure. It means when the missile is flying in the air, the enemy radar get a very, very small signature of the missile. And on the sea, there are birds which are having a cross section much bigger than our Brahmos missile. No radar or no anti-missile system can neutralize the Brahmos. It is the fastest missile in the world, and when you are fastest, when you are very accurate, and when you have the range, then you are having the power.
Brahmos is the first supersonic cruise missile in service. The first version of Brahmos weapon complex was inducted into the Indian Navy in 2005. The Indian Army has also inducted 3 regiments of Brahmos supersonic cruise missile. The hypersonic version of the Brahmos missile is under development. When fully developed, it can travel at a speed of Mach 5 to Mach 7 and will be the fastest hypersonic missile in the world. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. There is no other missile in the world that equals Brahmos, perhaps because of its unique maneuverable technology, which makes it possible to hit the target with utmost precision. Let's take a look at this feature of the missile.
Brahmos is India's first maneuverable unique missile, which means that it can follow the target even if it changes its trajectory or path in order. This technique beats the older one in which the path of a missile used to be pre-decided. Some missiles are equipped with laser-guided technology, but this technique uses semi-active laser guidance to strike a designated target with greater accuracy than an unguided one. But if the goal is constantly moving or changing, then it is difficult to hit the target. In such a situation, maneuverable technology proves to be helpful and does manage to perfectly hit the target. The Brahmos missile is inbuilt with this technology, and hence it is capable of changing its path in the air and can easily distinguish its target when on the move. With this technology, Brahmos can be launched vertically as well as horizontally. India has earlier used maneuverable technology in Agni 5 and Bravery missile, but since Brahmos can be launched from air, seabed or ground, it makes this maneuverable technique extremely formidable.
You see what happens, you can maneuver a missile by the guidance system, control and guidance. You can maneuver it by software, and you can maneuver it by the airframe. Now, the maneuverability is a combination of all these features. This missile is capable of flying at various altitude, and the missile is capable of flying through various waypoints also. Waypoints means you decide 7 points in the air where you want to take your missile, so that enemy will not come to know where exactly the missile is coming. So you can fly the missile in the snake shape, you can fly it in a in a haphazard point manner, or it's for the users to decide how do they want to use it. It's a very, very capable and engineeringly proven missile system.
Some salient features of Brahmos are: this missile can even fly at a height of 10 meters and can evade the radar. Brahmos missile is also capable of cheating any other missile, but the biggest feature of this missile is its speed. It is the world's fastest attacking missile. In addition, it can attack the target with complete accuracy. So far, America's Tomahawk missile was considered as the most powerful cruise missile in the world, but Brahmos has now taken the lead. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
The Brahmos missile is the result of the collaborative efforts of Russia and India's DRDO. It is one of the most advanced quality missiles in the world that can be launched from air, water and land. Let's understand these platforms.
At speeds faster than sound, the Brahmos supersonic cruise missile has an accurate strike capability. It can be installed on ships, submarines, aircraft and ground vehicles.
Brahmos uses supersonic ramjet engine. No country in the world other than India and Russia are having this kind of engine. We use RF monopulse seeker. This is a very, very accurate seeker. Again, not many countries are having. Then third is the airframe of the missile. The missile is equipped with stealth features. Stealth is provided by using the composite structure. It means when the missile is flying in the air, the enemy radar get a very, very small signature of the missile.
Let's show you how the Brahmos is designed to repulse the enemy's attack in water. Brahmos is capable of hitting sea-based targets beyond radar horizons. With pinpoint accuracy, the missile can be launched as far as 290 kilometers from the target. It can be launched in either inclined or vertical configuration based on the type of the ship or user requirements. Potential carriers are frigate, corvette, offshore patrol vessel and any other type of ships. The missile has successfully demonstrated its speed, precision and power a number of times from naval ships. This has proved the missile's vertical launch capabilities from a moving platform and also that of Universal Vertical Launcher Module designed and developed by Brahmos. The launches have been carried out in sea-to-sea and sea-to-land configurations successfully. The recent launch in the inclined configuration in sea-to-land mode was carried out from sea to a designated target built on an isolated island at Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Brahmos has been inducted in several frontline warships like Indian Navy's INS Rajput and INS Ranveer. Brahmos has been launched in single or in a salvo from a ship towards single or different types of targets within an interval of 2 to 2.5 seconds in various trajectories.
Brahmos is a very versatile missile. It can be used from land to acquire a target on land. It can be used from the air, again to acquire a target on land. It can be used from a ship if it has to acquire another target at sea, or it can even be used as a land attack tactical missile, meaning that from a ship you can acquire a target on land. So it has a fairly versatile kind of applicability in terms of target acquisition and the platform from which it can be launched.
Brahmos is a formidable weapon system with its unmatched speed, precision and devastating power. The land-based weapon complex comprises 4 to 6 Mobile Autonomous Launchers or MAL, which is an autonomous vehicle with its own communication, power supply and fire control system. 3 Brahmos missiles placed in 3 independent containers are installed on the MAL. The missiles can be fired on 3 different targets or in a variety of other combinations near simultaneously. The land-based version is also equipped with inertial navigation system and global positioning system. Every MAL has been designed in such a way that it can work even in the face of nuclear attack. The Indian Army started inducting the land attack Brahmos Block 1 version from 2007 after a series of successful test launches. Later, the Army adopted the Block 2 version of Brahmos after the trials. Brahmos created history on 22 November 2017 after it was successfully flight tested for the first time from the Indian Air Force's frontline fighter aircraft Sukhoi 30 MKI against a sea-based target in the Bay of Bengal. After this, in March 2018, India successfully tested the Brahmos missile through the Sukhoi 30 aircraft using the indigenous seeker for the first time. This test was conducted from the Pokhran test range, where the missile targeted with pinpoint accuracy.
Choices the Brahmos provides, I don't think any missile system in the world provides so many. Apart from this, the missile can take any trajectory. It's having a capability to go for a very high trajectory. It can fly at the altitude of 14 kilometers, then can come down to 10 meters altitude to hit the target. Or it can have the trajectory of a steep dive. In the steep dive, you can engage the target which are hidden behind the mountains. You can engage a target which is a metallic, or you can have a non-metallic target. You can engage an enemy which is sitting far away from you. Like if you integrate the missile to Sukhoi 30, then you can have a standoff distance of about 300 kilometers.
Brahmos missile is capable of being launched from submarine from a depth of 40 to 50 meters. On 20th March 2013, the submarine-launched version of Brahmos supersonic cruise missile was successfully test-fired from a submerged platform in Bay of Bengal off the coast of Visakhapatnam. In this way, with Brahmos, India has acquired the strength to attack the enemy at any time, from any place, or to respond to the attack. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
A look now at the development journey of India's supersonic cruise missile Brahmos, which was first test fired in 2001. The launch of Brahmos missile on the 12th of June 2001 put India in an elite group of nations that have developed supersonic cruise missiles. Based on the Russian P-800 Onyx cruise missile technology, Brahmos is a joint venture between the Russian Federation's NPO Mashinostroenia and India's Defence Research and Development Organization. Brahmos has 4 variants, which means it can be launched from submarines, ships, aircraft and land. At present, it is one of the best and the most dangerous missile in the world.
Brahmos was basically constituted in 1998. This year we are celebrating 20th year of our formation, and the missile was basically conceptualized by Dr. Abdul Kalam, father of all Indian missiles. He was ably helped by Dr. Sirthanu Pillai, Dr. Prahlada, Dr. Som, Dr. Venugopalan, and many more. Thousands of scientists have worked to see that Brahmos see light of the day, and the performance of the Brahmos is incomparable in the world. So hundreds and thousands of minds have worked to achieve this.
To achieve self-sufficiency in its missile program, India started its Integrated Guided Missile Development Program in 1983. The program picked up pace after the 1990 Gulf War, when a need was felt to equip the country with a cruise missile system. While India continued to develop indigenous missiles, in 1998 it signed an agreement with Russia to design, develop, manufacture and market a supersonic cruise missile system. Brahmos was developed under this program.
All 3 services, the Army, Navy, Air Force, are using different versions of the Brahmos cruise missile. And by this test, I think we have been able to prove to the military or prove the shelf life so that the inventory can be planned accordingly.
Under this agreement, India holds a 50.5% share of the joint venture with Russia that holds a 49.5% share. The missile was first unveiled at a defense exhibition in Moscow in 2001. Since then, Brahmos has undergone many test trials to meet requirements of potential users. Development of a hypersonic version of Brahmos that can strike at a speed of Mach 7 is also underway. India is also considering to sell its Brahmos missile program to other countries, including Singapore, Malaysia and Indonesia. With inputs from Leena Sharma, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. And that's it from us in this edition of In Depth. You can watch our episodes on YouTube and get back to us with suggestions. We'll be back same time tomorrow with a focus on another subject. Thanks for watching.